Assalamu alaikum viewers. This is the continuation of the previous video in which we discussed the number system. Now we'll consider the properties of real numbers. Here I'll consider properties with respect to addition, and here properties with respect to multiplication. The first property, that is the closure property. Closure property, if it is with respect to addition, then we say that for all AB belongs to R, their sum also belongs to R. If we have any two real numbers, then their sum must also be a real number. This is the closure property with respect to addition. For example, we have two real numbers like 2 and 5. If we add these two numbers, 2 plus 5, which is 7, and we know that 7 is a real number. Similarly, the same property with respect to multiplication. For all AB belongs to R, we have their product also in R. Here by multiplication, closure property with respect to multiplication, we mean if we multiply any two real numbers, the product must also be a real number. Like we consider the same numbers, 2 and 5 belong to R, then their product 2 into 5, which is 10, also a real number. Then we have the associative law or the associative property. In this case, we will consider three real numbers for all. This notation is used for all. For all A, B, C belongs to R, we have A, B plus C equals A plus B plus C. That is, it does not matter whether we first add B and C and then A, or if we first add A and B and then C, the result will remain the same. For example, we consider three real numbers, 2, 3, and I'm taking these numbers for simplicity. We can you may take other real numbers as well. Then 2, 3 plus 4 will be equal to 2 plus 3 plus 4. If we simplify, first we'll simplify the numbers in the parentheses. We have 2 plus 7, 3 plus 4 is 7, and from this side we have 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 4. Then 2 plus 7 is 9, and here 5 plus 4 is 9. Hence left side is equal to the right hand side. We consider the same property with respect to multiplication, that is associative property. With respect to multiplication, again we'll consider three real numbers, and this property will hold for any three real numbers. Then we have A, B into C equals AB into C. We have just replaced addition by multiplication. Here the parenthesis shows the multiplication. Similarly, if we don't put any operation between two numbers, then it is considered as multiplication. we can consider the same numbers for multiplication. That is 2, 3 into 4 equals 2 into 3 into 4. Now we'll first multiply 3 with 4. So we have 3 fours are 12, and from here 2 into 3 is 6 into 4. 2 12s are 24 and 6 fours are 24. Again, left side is equal to the right hand side. Next property is the identity property. In case of addition, here we are considering addition, and here we are considering multiplication. In the case of addition, the identity is called the additive identity. That is, for all A belongs to R, there exists, this notation is used for there exists 0 belongs to R such that A plus 0 equals 0 plus A is equal to A. This is called the additive identity property. Here 0 is additive identity. In the case of multiplication, we have multiplicative identity. Multiplicative identity. In this case, for all A belongs to R, there exists 1 belongs to R such that A into 1 equals 1 into A is equal to A. Then 1 is called the multiplicative identity. 1 is the multiplicative identity. Why we call this identity? Here you see that the element remains the same. If we multiply the number 1 with any number, then the number remains the same. That is, its identity does not change. And similarly, in the case of addition, if we add 0 to any real number, the number remains the same. Its identity does not change. Thus, 0 is called the additive identity of real numbers. Next property is the additive inverse and the multiplicative inverse. For all A belongs to R, there exists negative A belongs to R such that A plus negative A equals negative A plus A is equal to 0. Then these two numbers are called additive inverses of each other. A is the additive inverse of negative a, and negative a is the additive inverse of a. In here, if we add any two real numbers and the result is the additive identity, then these two numbers are called additive inverses of each other. Similarly, in the case of multiplicative inverse, for all A belongs to R, there exists A raised to the power minus 1, or which we say as A inverse. There exists A inverse in R such that the product. Now here you can see that in the case of additive inverse, we are adding the two numbers and the result is the additive identity. In the case of multiplicative inverse, we will multiply the two numbers and the result must be the multiplicative identity. A into A inverse equals A inverse into A is equal to 1. Then these two numbers, A and A inverse, they are called multiplicative inverses of each other. Here we can also write A inverse as 1 over A. Next we have the commutative law or the commutative property. For all A, B belongs to R, we have A plus B is equal to B plus A. That is, the order of addition is not important. If we take A plus B or B plus A, the result remains the same. For example, if we have two real numbers, for example 2 and 3, or 3 plus 2, this is 5, this is also 5. This property is called the commutative property. And with respect to multiplication, we'll just multiply the two real numbers and the result will be the same in either case. For all AB belongs to R, we have AB is equal to BA, like 2 into 3 equals 3 into 2, which is 6 equals 6. Here we have considered properties of real numbers with respect to addition and with respect to multiplication separately. Now we have a property which combines both the properties of addition and multiplication, which is called the distributive property or multiplication addition property. Which is called the distributive property. In this case, we have for all real numbers A, B, C belong to R, then A multiplied by B plus C equals AB plus, that is A into B, and then A into C equals AC. This is called the left distributive property. And if we multiply a from the right, like b plus c into a, then we have ba plus b will be multiplied with a and c will be multiplied with a. ba plus c a. This is called the right distributive property, because we are multiplying a with the right side of b plus c. And here we can see that by using the commutative property, ab is equal to ba, and similarly ac is equal to ca. So this is the end of the lecture. In the next video, we'll discuss complex numbers. So keep watching, and thank you.